Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is something a little different. I am going to be cooking dinner with you guys. So obviously as a mom of two, and God, these closing the door on me, but obviously as a mom of two and I have an infant and like just everything, Lou's back to work, I'm back to work now, and now he's in school. It's just so much things going on, and so I try to make dinners that are easy and not so time consuming. I also want to have a good meal, so I don't know, I was just cooking one day and I was like, you know what, I should make a video about this. And so here it is. Today is the first ever video that I'm making and I'm super excited. I don't know how this video is gonna go. I didn't really map it out. I'm not sure. I am in no way a chef. Most of the recipes that I'm gonna show you guys, I have gotten from somewhere else. These are not my own recipes. I'm great at following directions. So that's what I tend to do. Everything that I will ever mention in these videos, the recipe will be down below. Now there are some meals that I can make just from like memory. They're not things that I've looked up. It's just like something that I've always made, kind of a thing from back when I couldn't cook many meals other than like the two things that I could cook. So sometimes I'll bring those back into play. If there is a day where I am doing one of those meals, I'll just let you guys know. But today I'm making chacon. Let me pull up the recipe. I'm gonna be making and I'll have it on the screen too. I'm gonna be making a Dominican stewed chicken, and of course I got this recipe. This is not my own recipe, like I said. And most of these recipes I kind of like substitute an ingredient if it's something that I don't like. So today I am doing that. Like this recipe calls for red onions, but I only like red onions in like a salad, so I'm using a yellow onion or a sweet onion. But let's get started because it's already like 6 o'clock. It's getting late. So I have right here some drumlets that I got from the commissary, and so I'm gonna just soak them in some vinegar real quick, and then as I'm soaking them I'm gonna chop up all of the vegetables that I need. What I'm making this with, I would usually do like a white rice, but I made like a Puerto Rican rice yesterday, so we have leftovers from that, so I'm gonna have that as a side that I'm just gonna heat it up basically. So the only thing I'm actually making right now for this video is the chicken, but you guys will see everything come together. And I think we have some sweet plantains, so I'll actually make those as well. And when I say I mean Lou, because I don't know how to make that. But let me get the bowls that I need. I have the bowl here, and I just have regular distilled vinegar. For my chicken, I'm gonna use these gloves to touch them because I cannot stand touching raw meat. I'm trying to decide if I want to make 2 packs of the chicken or 1. Honestly, you guys will see. This, like I said, I'm not a chef, so I kind of figure things out as I go. This is supposed to be, 1 bag is supposed to be a pound of chicken, which kind of goes with the recipe. Like I'm supposed to use a pound of chicken. I'm supposed to use a pound of chicken, legs and thighs, but I don't feel like eating thighs today. So I'm actually gonna just use 1 bag. I feel like this is enough chicken for everybody to have a good amount, and then there'll be leftovers tomorrow. I'm gonna put this one back in the fridge. Okay, so I'm gonna set this chicken aside, and then I'm gonna gather all the ingredients I need for the rest of the ingredients. Next, I'm going to slice up some green peppers, red peppers, and a yellow onion. I remember a time when I used to be afraid to like cut up vegetables and and now look at me. And this is a sharp knife. I actually cut myself with this knife when we first got it, and I thought I was gonna have to go to the emergency room to stop the bleeding. Like, that's how bad it was. So right here, I'm just taking out the meat of the peppers. I don't know if it's a visual thing or not, but I really don't like seeing like that white part when I eat my pepper. So I try to get as much of it out as possible, which you guys will see in these next few clips. When it comes to these seeds, I just rinse them out. So I'll take these and I'll just rinse them real quick with water to get the seeds out. After I wash the peppers, I'm going to cut them up into small slices. What I'm doing right here is I'm just taking my fingers and separating the slices of peppers. And this recipe only calls for half of a pepper, so the other half I'm going to put in a Ziploc bag, and I think I end up using it the next day for breakfast. And then I'm just gonna do the same exact thing with the green pepper. I've been really loving these peppers lately. My favorite thing to do with them is saute them with my breakfast. And I'm usually not that big of a green pepper lover, but I don't know. The green and red together, it just is really, really good. If you guys haven't tried it, definitely give it a try. Saute it for breakfast with some eggs, and you could even do sausage and a biscuit, and it's really good. Let me know if you guys try it. Thing I had to get from the store were the peppers and the onions. Everything else I already had in my house, and I like finding recipes where I don't have to shop a lot for the ingredients. It makes it so much easier to cook. It makes me happy to cook because when I get to use the stuff that I have in my house so that it doesn't go bad, and then two, I'm not at the supermarket all day or having to go to 5 different stores to find everything that I need. So that helps when I'm looking for recipes to make. Not that I necessarily look for things in my house and then look for a recipe to match what I have. It just so happens that I have most of the things in my house. So let that be a pointer to you. So I'm excited. I made sparkling lemonade today. I did not forget my drink. I just have it in the refrigerator. It was supposed to be refrigerated for like 2 to 3 hours. Maybe been 40 minutes, but I'm gonna pull it out and we're gonna make ourselves a drink, and I'll probably make Lou and Kylie a drink as well. This is the lemonade. I had to squeeze 6 lemons to get this. I will have the recipe for this down below. The one thing that I didn't buy, and that's not included in the recipe, but I would suggest, is mint. I didn't think about it until after the fact. So let's make a glass for me, and then like I said, I'm gonna make a glass for Lou and Kylie to share. Oh, this thing is hard as hell to cut. As you guys can see, I was clearly struggling. So I just went and got a sharper knife to cut up the lime. baby.
This is the most important thing. Whatever you do, don't fall in because the floor is.
It's good?
This is delicious.
Okay, that's yours. Okay, so this is my drink. And how it came out. It's really, really good. I made one for me, Lou, and Kylie got her own. Really, really good. This calls for sparkling water, but I had to get tonic water with lime because the sparkling water that we had available at the commissary did not have, it wasn't flavored, and the water is supposed to be flavored. So this is the one I got, and it did the job. But yeah, let's get back to cooking. Next, I am going to chop up my onion. I think the recipe calls for half an onion. I'm not chopping up the whole thing, definitely not. I'm gonna do, actually before I chop up the onion, I'm gonna season the chicken. Oregano, sofrito. Okay, you guys, so right here I have my chicken. I already rinsed it and washed it. So I'm about to season the chicken, and honestly, for most of this stuff, I am going to eyeball it. So I'm gonna season it with adobo. It calls for 3 to 4 teaspoon of adobo. That's not enough for me, so I'm just gonna go with a really good, like, heavy hand. Not heavy, but you know, I'm right-handed, so this is becoming a little hard. So this recipe calls for 1 packet of sesame. So I'm gonna use that and season up the meat. I'm gonna use 2 tablespoons of sofrito. One teaspoon of oregano. The recipe calls for black pepper, but I usually, any recipe that calls for black pepper, I don't really use that. I don't add it. I don't feel the need to. And then the last thing it calls for is lime juice. So I'm just gonna squeeze lime juice over the chicken. Just had a baby, and I cannot believe he's already 4 months old. Oh my goodness. And I'm starting to feel more like myself, and I love that. Like, I love that feeling. I was really sad and kind of, I don't know, like down, because I like came to the realization that the way life has been for us it's changed, right? But like, I knew it would change, but I didn't think about all of the changes, you know. I feel like you really can't think about everything, you know. When you get pregnant and we plan for this pregnancy, you're excited, you know that there's gonna be changes, but like, you know, most of the time you just like, it's gonna be so exciting, like we're gonna do this, and, you know, like you excited for the pregnancy, excited for the baby. And so I don't think I really stop to think about like all the changes and stuff, and I feel like that kind of hit me hard. Traveling is such a big part of like my life, our family's life. Not just that, I try to make spending time with my husband our priority, and that has kind of taken the back burner a little bit. And I don't know, it was like a real tough realization to like come to and be at. And I think we're slowly starting to figure out how to maneuver in this new phase of our life that we're in. And it's definitely not easy, that's for sure, but I think it's getting easier as far as me time goes, because that was a big thing for me. Like I do want time for myself, but I want to take time that is going to be of substance and not just like be at home watching TV or like go out and not have any plans, right? So I have decided that I'm going to try to go out once a month, and I'm going to do like an MWR trip or ODR trip. So next month I signed up for a kayaking trip with one of my friends. I'm really, really excited about that. And that's going to be like my day out and my day to relax and, you know, do all the things. All right, so I'm going to show you guys how I cut the onions. So I just cut them in like slices. It's like kind of like thin slices. All right, I'm gonna cut this one up a little bit more though. But yeah, so I'm feeling like I'm starting to get my ish together a little bit, and that's a great feeling. I adore cooking for my family and like being home and being a parent and stuff like that, but I get burnt out. And I think right now with like dealing with hormones and pumping and dealing with, you know, that all the time, and just feeling like I'm always constantly pumping, even though I'm not. Honestly, I pump every 5 to 6 hours now, and sometimes I'm like, I could go 7 hours, but like it still feels like I'm giving up so much of my time. Or it's not that I'm giving up so much of my time, but it still feels like an inconvenience. So I was really contemplating giving up pumping. I do have a plan. My ultimate plan is to pump for 6 months and then stop pumping and let Kenji basically drink the milk that I have stored up. So I'm pumping for 6 months, and while I'm pumping, I'm storing up milk for 6 months. And so at the 6 month mark, hopefully at the 5 month mark, he'll be able to eat like solid foods. And of course, as he grows, he's going to be eating more solid foods and less liquids. So I technically don't need 6 months of milk stash like in the freezer. And so in my head, I'm like, I could just stop. It's for myself. I could just stop. But then like, as I was trying to stop, I'm like, I kind of feel guilty. So it's like that too, like just feeling guilty that like, and I don't know why I feel guilty. Like, I don't know. I don't know. But there's the guilt of it as well. But it's so weird because I feel like I'm in such a weird point because I feel guilt, I'm happy, I'm sad. My emotions are just everywhere, honestly. All right, let me get back on track real quick. Okay, so, all right, about to start cooking. So I'm gonna heat this pan up, medium heat. I'm gonna add some vegetable oil once it heats up, and then I'm gonna add a little bit of brown sugar. So I have right here, I have in this dish 1 teaspoon of brown sugar. So once this heats up, I'm gonna add the oil and then add the brown sugar. While that's heating up, while I'm waiting for that to heat up, I need to get some. One thing I like about this website is like I can check things off as I go. So like the ingredients, I'm checking it off, and that's just helping me so I can see what I have to do next as far as like what I have to pull out or get ready for the next step. Okay, so I need a 1/2 cup of tomato sauce. So that's what I'm gonna get ready right now. This is the tomato sauce that I'm gonna use. So I'm gonna open it real quick, get a 1/2 cup of this, and have it ready. Okay, so one thing about me and one thing that Lou complains all the time when I cook is that I leave a mess. So as you guys see me cook, you might notice that the counter is a mess. Just know Lou complains about it too. But I feel like if I'm cooking, I just need to be on the go and not worry about the mess, and worry about the mess afterwards, or like when he washes the dishes, because if I cook, he cleans, and vice versa. But that's how we usually do it, but it hasn't necessarily been that way since Kenji has been born. I try to measure everything out. I like measurements. That's why I'm really good at following directions when it comes to cooking. I'm good at following directions, and anything I'm like, well, that don't sound right. I can, because I've cooked for so long now, I feel like I can kind of like use my common sense. So I follow directions, but then also kind of use common sense, or sometimes I just try to try something new. So that's a lesson for cooking. All right, so I'm gonna pour this tomato sauce into this cup. Okay, so I'm gonna wait for the chicken to turn brown, and then I'm going to add water. And since I'm gonna add water anyway, I'm going to add the juices in here. I need 1/4 cup of water. Just gonna add those juices, and once I do that, I'll cover it with the what do you call it, the cover. Another thing that I'm big on is making sure I have less cleanup. So we try to always use paper plates. The little bags that I get the vegetables in is what I use for trash. So while I'm waiting for the chicken to brown a little bit, I'm gonna kind of like just clean up a little bit. Sit for 15 minutes, but throughout the time I'll kind of like stir it a little bit and see what's going on. And while I have 15 minutes, I'm going to go hang out with my family and see what they're doing, because they're awfully quiet, and I think everybody's in the living room, so I don't know why they're so quiet. Put this over high. Okay, so yeah, 15 minutes on the clock, Chad. Alright, you guys, I figured this was a good time to make the plantains. I don't know how to make these, so Lou was giving me the gist of it. Hopefully they come out good.
You know how to peel?
Yeah, you just peel it like a banana. Dip.
No.
Huh.
Peel like a banana.
Okay, so for those of you who have never cut plantains or made plantains, Here is your tutorial, your 101, presented by Lou, so enjoy. This one in particular is really soft, so instead of cooking it over the stove, we're going to put it in the oven instead. And you should put as much oil as possible, and in a minute you'll see the plantains cooking. But I do want to mention I forgot to record myself putting the peppers in the pot. I thought I did, but I didn't press record. Yeah, it was on medium. I have it a little low. I lowered the fire. So I'm gonna cook this until the vegetables start to soften, and then I'm gonna add the tomato sauce. I don't know if I'm supposed to turn this or not. Or maybe I am. Okay, so I'm gonna turn this. Let's see. Alright. So everything is coming along. I'm about to show you guys the rice because, as I said earlier, I made rice yesterday and we have a bunch of leftovers. So this is the rice. I guess we probably have enough for today, and then one leftover plate for tomorrow. So I'm gonna take the plantains out. They cook really fast. Now I know how to make them, but they cook really fast. I'm gonna take them out because I feel like they're starting to burn, and I don't want that. Yeah, actually some of them burn. So I'm gonna show you guys the plantains real quick. And this is how the chicken is looking so far. And now I'm about to add in the tomato sauce. Mix it really good so that way the sauce gets on all of the pieces of chicken and all over the vegetables and it's evenly distributed. I'm gonna get the plates ready. So like I said earlier, we're using paper plates just to cut down on the amount of washing we have to do. It's just, no one has time for that. Alright, I still have the other plantain in the oven. I'm not really sure when to take that out. Just gonna keep an eye on it and wait to see when it browns. Okay. So here's what I'm doing. Now I am going to take this and put it in the microwave. I put the rice in the microwave for 1 minute. So once that's done, I'm gonna add the chicken to it, the sweet plantains, and we're gonna go, and then we're gonna eat. This house is Kylie's job to set up the table. So I'm about to call her since the food is almost ready so she can start setting up the table, getting everything ready, and then we're gonna eat. I would honestly let like Lou and Kylie do a test taste for you guys and let you know how it tastes and stuff like that. But honestly, like I said earlier, I'm no chef. I'm sure this is gonna taste fine, but one, Kylie can be picky. She likes what she likes and she doesn't like what she doesn't like. So I feel like her opinion is always jaded a little bit. And then Lou likes everything. So of course she's not gonna tell me that my food isn't good. So either way, it wouldn't really be a realistic, it wouldn't really be a good opinion for you guys. The purpose of these videos is not necessarily for you guys to see how great the food came out, or you know what I mean, which my food is great, I'm not gonna lie, and if it wasn't, I would definitely let you guys know, because not everything is gonna be perfect. Sometimes you just throw some stuff together, like, but the purpose of this is to be realistic. And for me right now, I'm not concerned about whether they like my food or not. I'm concerned about getting food in their stomachs and like being done, you know what I mean? Like, that's where I am right now in the phase of life I'm in right now. Of course, I do want my food to be good, and I spend time making it. But honestly, it's more so for me. I make the food I want to eat, and that's just being honest. Like, sometimes I take what Kylie and Lou wants into consideration, but most of the time I don't, because Lou cooks as well. So like, usually he makes what he wants to eat, and Kylie don't have no say because she don't cook. But the point of the matter is, the food is good, but I don't necessarily think they need to rate it. If basically, I don't feel like they need to rate it, because they gonna eat it anyway. Let me finish getting the place together and have Kylie set the table, and I'll be right back. Okay, you guys, so this is how the plate turned out. It looks absolutely good to me, and like I said, my opinion is the only one that matters. I'm just joking, but it definitely looks delicious. I'll call Lou in here and see if he wants to do like a little taste test for you guys. But this is the end result, and it didn't take much. It wasn't that many that many ingredients, and it looks delightful. Honey Bunny, you want to do a taste test for the people? The food? Yes or no?
I don't know.
She's indecisive.
I do the taste for the people.
You gotta come to the table. This is exactly why I don't ask them to taste the food.
Okay.
And they just eat what they eat.
Oh, I get one thing too?
First. This is...
So, in case I don't survive, I want to say hi to all my family and tell them I love you so much.
It's hot, so just, you know, be careful.
Mmm,
It's good?
it's really good.
Okay.
Wow,
How it tastes with the rice and the sweet plantains and stuff.
it's really good.
Any critiques?
It's really good.
All right.
I like it.
Alrighty. Right, guys, you heard it here first. The food was great. So I'm about to finish making Kylie's plate. I'm gonna make my plate, and then I'm gonna eat. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This is the first of many to come, and I'm not really sure like how I want to navigate this new segment on my channel. So things might switch out or switch up, or I might kind of find a rhythm. I don't know, I was just so excited to do this video. I was just like, yeah, let's get it done. Let me know what you guys think about the video. Let me know if you tried this recipe, how you like it. And of course, everything will be linked down below. Let me know who cooks in your house and how often do you guys cook a week. And I can't wait to see you guys down in the comments. I will talk to you guys later. Bye.